Hi guys, I'm back again. As you saw in the other videos, we were talking about the importance of parent-child interaction and effective communication. My son is 6. I didn't mention that before in the videos. My son is 6. My son is in kindergarten at an elementary school here in our district, and my son attended pre-K last year in a formal school setting at an elementary school in another district. So we are on target. My son learned kindergarten curriculum last year and is actually on target to learn first grade curriculum this year. We anticipate him continue to flourish and become more and more independent in his academics, and this is how we plan to do it. I'm going to go around Jermaine's room and show you a few of the things that Jermaine has been responsible for since he was 3 years old. Please keep in mind that these things he did not learn overnight and that he is not punished for these things. These things are just incorporated into our everyday living. And so I'm going to go around and I'm going to show you. And if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach me by email at healedforthis@gmail.com. So I am in Jermaine's room. And the first thing I want to show you is Jermaine's television. Jermaine has had this television since he was 2 years old. The TV is still practically new because we hardly turn it on. Some other things in Jermaine's room are an alarm clock. Jermaine uses this alarm during the school year to wake up for school. Jermaine is responsible for turning the alarm off each morning when it goes off and engaging in his day, his morning routine. Jermaine has movies in his room that he is able to access when he is ready. One of our favorite series is called The Odyssey, and it is a DVD series by Focus on the Family. These are lessons in history and biblical absolutes and truths. He also has some typical kids movies like Batman and things like that, the children's versions. Over here we have Jermaine's toy chest, and these toys we go through often, and we get rid of the things that he no longer plays with. One of his favorites growing up is Buzz Lightyear, and makes noise and talk. But also important in here, you'll notice that Jermaine has a lot of dress-up play. These are really good things for fine motor skills and to help him become creative. So things that he can get in here and dress up with and kind of escape reality like a child should. He maintains these toy boxes. They're separated. In this box over here, we have some more child-appropriate puzzles, coloring books, Play-Doh. These are some things that Jermaine got more recently, so they're not integrated into the other things. As we move over here, you can see this is Jermaine's activity bucket. It has color pencils, crayons, markers. We keep the puzzles in Ziploc bags so that he doesn't have to worry about getting them back in the box or losing pieces, because after a puzzle is complete, a puzzle is placed back in the bag with its appropriate pieces. And we keep those all in here in this activity bucket. Here is Jermaine's shoe rack, which is unkept today. I'm not sure what's going on with Jermaine and his shoes, but traditionally shoes are lined up on this shoe rack. As you can see, this is another bucket of color pencils. Traditionally, Jermaine maintains this with all of the shoes lined up like this on the shoe rack. Excuse me, mommy's having trouble.
But that happens with me too, Mama.
So this is how the shoes should go. And so we'll talk to Jermaine about that in a second and see if we can't get that figured out. Another toy that Jermaine has is a dry erase board. As you can see, this is a dry erase board that you would see in the office of an executive, a conference room, or even in traditional modern day classrooms. Jermaine is able to use this whiteboard to make whiteboard stories or any type of activity that he would like to express himself. We also plan to start to communicate on the whiteboard soon, just because I want to be able to give him lessons to do. Here we have a piggy bank that Jermaine maintains. He saves his money and change and puts it in this piggy bank. He's responsible for it. I don't know how much money is in there. And if there's no money, it's because Jermaine is not saving. Mommy doesn't put any money in Jermaine's piggy bank. In this area here, just some aesthetics that I put in his room to kind of give a color splash. We currently rent this duplex after we sold our home several months ago. But he had these same things in his room since he was 2. Not this particular design, but I always find a creative design on the wall to kind of inspire whatever is on target for Jermaine right now. So I want him to think about how things are built and how things kind of move and flow. And so that's how I put together these decals. Right here, we're going to see that it's time for laundry at our home. But this is Jermaine's laundry hamper. Jermaine is responsible for getting all of his laundry in one neat place for Mommy to come and collect it and do the laundry. He's responsible for keeping it from being spread around his room because Mommy doesn't tolerate that in her house. Jermaine's bed, the way that you see Jermaine's bed is totally maintained by Jermaine. He makes his bed in the morning. I think this is pretty neat for a 5-year-old boy. This bed is kind of lifted off the ground. The drawers are underneath, and Jermaine maintains that. Jermaine also kind of gets things stashed up here on his bed. These are some tattoos that Jermaine has and things that he plays with. Jermaine has money. We're learning money and counting money, and these are his lovey animals. I don't criticize Jermaine on his room. I just come through and make sure that everything is off the floor. The rule is bed made, everything off the floor and in its proper place. As long as that is done, Mommy does not tell him that it's not neat enough, it's not clean enough, because I believe this is his space, and as long as it's neat and clean, then he's okay. The last 2 things I'm going to show you is Jermaine's book box that we have to go through because it is loaded, as you can see, with books and movies. He has lots of books, lots of creative books and things. Very important that we get in here and get in these books. Yes, Jermaine?
I gotta use it.
Okay, go ahead. Our star of this video, he's taking a break. He said he has to use the bathroom. And so the last thing that I'm going to show you is Jermaine's learning table. On this learning table, we have puzzles. This is the current puzzle that he's working on. He's 6, and so he's on to a 48-piece Spider-Man puzzle. And then here are some important things. I'm going to have a seat with Jermaine here at the table because these books are really important. These books, you can get these things at the $1 store. This is a shapes and colors book for kindergartners. There's lessons in the book. There's answer keys. Make sure that you are teaching your children outside of school. I can't stress that enough. Some of the homework that Jermaine does when there's no homework issued at school and throughout the summer is writing his name on paper that is similar to what they would prescribe at school. Very cheap. I get these supplies from the $1 store. Jermaine always has notebooks in his room because this is where Jermaine expresses himself. A lot of times these things don't make sense to me, but they make sense to him. And so we can see progression. Some days he's being really creative and he wants to draw pictures. And then other days, he's just doing his thing. He's just doing whatever. And I appreciate him having a space to do that. Mommy doesn't oversee. Hold your hat, honey. Mommy's showing. And he just keeps the notebooks in here and kind of goes through and does the activities. So this is Jermaine's, like I said, this is his space. This is his learning area. And today, Jermaine doesn't have homework from the first day of kindergarten. So what I'm going to do with Jermaine is assign some time to his learning table. As you can see, we've been home and we haven't turned on the TV yet. The TV may or may not go on tonight, depending on how our night goes. But What we're going to do right now is have Jermaine assemble a puzzle, and when he's done, he's always very proud of himself, and I'm always very proud of him as well. And that's how our night goes. And we sit down and we have dinner, and we have bath, and then he has bed. Jermaine is also responsible for his hygiene, as you can see. He's 6 years old, and he uses his own deodorants and lotions, as you can see.
Can I go show my new lotion?
He has some new lotion that he wants to show you guys, but this video is already going pretty long, so we're going to end it here. And I want you guys to say hi to Jermaine. Say hi, Jermaine.
Hi. I love you.
He's a sweet kid. So, Jermaine, do you like being responsible for all of these things in your room?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this stuff? Keeping your room clean and all those things. How long have you been doing this?
Like for 20 years.
Oh my God, that's a long time. But for a very long time, huh? You've been taking care of your room?
Yes.
And do you like it?
Yes.
Very good. Do you think it's mean of mommy to make you take care of your room?
No.
Good. We're a good team. Thank you. This is me and my son, and we're saying goodbye. Say bye.
Bye. We're never ever keeping our rooms dirty.
Very good. He says we're never keeping our rooms dirty. That's right. And again, if you want to contact me, I'm Sister Leoma, and you can reach me at healedforthis@gmail.com. And I look forward to talking with you guys later. Have a great day.